Joining us now is Sequoia Clay, and she is the inventor of Net Worth Up. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you again. We met in Chicago,
Yes.
and it was because of your brightness, your boldness, your tenacity, your amazing game. So tell us about Net Worth Up.
Yeah, so Net Worth Up essentially is if Monopoly and Uno had a baby.
Okay?
So what I wanted to do is provide a game that was like Monopoly, learning about finances, but also really quick. So you can play it with your friends, you can play it with family in less than 2 minutes. So the goal of the game is you start in the game with 5 cards in your hand, and you're wanting to switch out your liability cards, which are red, which are bad for you, for green asset cards, which are obviously good for you. And the player who believes they have the highest points, aka net worth, ends the game and reveal their hand. And the players, everyone has to reveal their hand, and whoever has the highest points wins the game.
Now, what is the maximum amount of points you can have? If you've got 5 cards,
Yes.
and what's the highest point value that you can have?
Yeah, so I mirrored based off of the balance sheet.
Okay.
So the highest you can have are current assets. So that's a category. And if you have 3 or more of the same category cards, those points double.
Really?
So the points go from -4 to +4. So it's very easy to count. Young
Okay.
kids can play, and they were playing a lot at the POP conference in Chicago. So it was
Yes,
great.
the people of play. So that's how we got a chance to meet. It was such a wonderful experience for me because we were there for Toys of Our Lives, and I got a chance to see you, and I was like, "Who are you? I want to know more about you." And all of a sudden, because you are so good at branding with that beautiful bright color, all of a sudden I saw you walking with your suitcase, and it had like this little sticker, and it's like Sequoia, Sequoia. Actually, I said, "Net worth, net worth. I want to know you. I
Yes.
want to know you." It was because I didn't even know your name at the time, Sequoia, but I just knew about Net Worth Up. So this game is a lot of people are backing you, right? Your college friends, people are believing in you. You said that your mom is one of your biggest believers, right? My
Yes.
mom was always my biggest fan too. So Miss Clay, when we open this deck up, right? So
Yes.
how many cards are in your deck?
So 52's very
Okay.
similar to a standard set of poker cards.
Okay, gotcha. And then what we're looking for is the red or bad.
Yes.
And then there's some skips in here.
Yep.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So Monopoly, because you want to have a Monopoly would be 3 of the assets of a kind because that's where you're going to get double.
Exactly. So it's the
Okay.
highest points you can have 5 sets of current assets, which double to 40 points.
Who taught you about money? How'd you learn about money?
Funny you ask that. I feel like it's a little bit of a mixture of me just seeking out the information because I lacked it, and I actually was scammed my freshman year of college.
You were scammed your freshman year of college. What happened?
Yes. So unfortunately, there was a booth that wasn't supposed to be on campus
Okay.
during homecoming. And what they advertised is paying $2,000. You just had to be a student to qualify.
Okay.
So obviously, me being brokey at the time, I
Right.
was like, let's see what's going on here. I'm interested in knowing how I can get this $2,000. So what they did was my taxes. So they asked for my social security number.
Oh.
So I provided it because I didn't have any idea what the significance of it is to
Yeah.
not just give it to anyone.
Right.
So what they did was my taxes, and there is a student credit that the government allowed $2,000 extra dollars, and it's mainly used for parents who are supporting you through school. And I didn't have a job, so it took them maybe less than 5 minutes to do my tax return.
Right, and they
actually-
charged you
and they
$2,000.
But they charged me $600, so I only
Okay.
got $400 back from that tax credit.
Interesting.
So I was scammed. My mom was notified, and she let
Okay.
me know the importance of it at that
Right.
end. So I was like
Okay.
a little embarrassed, but I wanted to know how to be an adult. So I
Right.
reached out to some people. Spellman obviously didn't have anything to do with it. They apologized, but then they connected me to a resource, and his name is Rob Batiste. And he actually was creating a curriculum to go to different campuses to teach budgeting, how to invest, and how to save. And so I reached out to him, and he was very happy to see if I was interested in putting it on our campus. So I started our first financial literacy club back in 2012.
And there you go. And that's how
Yeah.
this was born in a way, right? So this
Yes.
one says real estate. It says land and buildings. This is really interesting. Goodwill. Okay, so you get a point if you're doing something that helps reputation or brand value. Patents. If you have a patent, you get a point. This is fun. Trademarks, you get a point. Copyrights, I have to read trademark now. I'm just joking. And the red ones are bad.
Yes,
Right.
and they
Okay.
explain current liabilities, what those mean, and like mortgage payables. So you basically have a flashcard in front of you.
Right.
So the older children, let's say maybe college level, they're an accounting major. This is a very great introduction to the balance sheet. But even for young kids, it really is just more so of like a mind, like creating that mindset of liabilities are bad. What can be a liability in your life, you know? So it's the thought-provoking thing for
An
like the
ex-best
younger.
friend? No, I'm
Yes.
just joking. Just
It's a
joking.
great way for families to kind of start to connect those dots. Just
Okay, and
like
you have a
Monopoly.
QR code. You have a QR code on the back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that. What will that lead us to?
So that will lead to my website. So that's what I currently sell this product on.
Okay,
So it's networthup.com.
great. And you are having some meetings with some big box stores, right? Are you
Yes.
taking more and more meetings?
I am. So I'm very interested in either getting into Target's accelerator program. Walmart also has a program. So my background is in retail. I worked at Home Depot for about 4 years.
What department?
In online merchandising. So
Okay.
everything online. We helped with the suppliers building up their e-commerce presence. So very familiar with the space, but not necessarily in now the toy and games industry. So I'm tapping
Okay.
into that now.
So if this were a hammer,
Oh, I can
right?
sell that really
There you
easy.
go. So let's just pretend, okay? It's the same. Just replace it with this. So take all of your knowledge and just make this your next hammer.
Yes.
This is really fun. It was fun to play. It was fun in Chicago to be with you and to celebrate that with you. And you know, you're someone that puts your thought into action. So that alone, Sequoia Clay, is worth a lot. That is an asset. You have. This is your asset. This is your baby, right? So what has the response been from some of your teammates? Are they like buying it as stocking stuffers, and are people playing, and are you having clubs?
Yes, no, I do think now because I did I'll say my own version of a press run.
Okay.
So there were a lot of conferences, one being the POP conference, and I recently went to Afrotech in Houston. So with these big events, a lot of people, I tend to want to connect with people by playing the game and seeing how they take to it. So it was a really great response at Afrotech. There was actually a pitch element to it. So that was a way for me to, again, pitch to big, large crowds, get them excited about the game, especially people that miss playing Monopoly. It's a long game.
Right.
People tend not to have the time anymore to play that. So this is like a good meet in the middle for people to have that have short attention spans to play and then actually get educated. So I'll say that it's, yeah.
I saw some of your social media from that, and I knew you were killing it. I just knew it. I said, oh, they're going to just love her. They're just loving this. So congratulations on
Thank
all your
you.
success. Thank you for traveling up here to be on the show, because we could have done it via the Skype or via the phone, but this was nice. It was nice to see you again in person.
Yes.
And I hope you'll stay. Like, we have snacks, we have food, and hope you'll
love
stay.
the
And
snack.
You love the snack. I love the snacks too. Happiness to you. It was really, congratulations.
Thank you
yes,
so
and
much.
keep shining, keep glowing. So net worth up. That's really
Yes.
all you need to know. Net Worth Up by Sequoia Clay, the inventor of this really cool game.